Good morning. Please find your way in. There's some seats in the front. Don't be shy. We won't bite. Come on, Carol. Mother, you come. For speakers are over here. We have room. Oh, yeah.
Do you need one? I probably have another one of
No, I just need it. Find your way in. There's some more seats up front. You can scoot up. Don't be shy. Let's see. Trying to think. Who do I see back there? I see some deans. Y'all can come up. We good? Robert? Okay, so we want to begin. Welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Christina Haggerty. I serve as the Senior Associate Vice Chancellor for Curriculum and Instruction. Good morning. Woo! I'm excited to be here. As you know, I'm a big fan and advocate of all the work that happens today, and I appreciate you showing up to engage in this valuable work for our students. The end goal and result, right? We have impact to students, and I want you to understand we care and we support. But again, this is the time for you to come together, enjoy, collaborate, but most importantly, spend the time to review your curriculum, your team's work, because whatever you do impacts our students on a day-to-day. So, welcome everyone. As you see, we wanted to kind of get some input on how you feel about Curriculum Team Day, and I love the biggest key word you see on your screen this morning is collaboration, the people, the teamwork, the colleges. We are a large institution that serves more than 90,000 students, and so please know it takes a big army to get us going. So, number one, I want to start off with thanking our Board of Trustees, our Chancellor Casillo, our cabinet members who all support this work in this venue and this particular time to come together. And please thank your administration for the support that they give every day in your work. So there's a QR code. Again, welcome. Please use that QR code. I'll give you a minute. But today, this is what we have going on this morning. We have our opening session, which is from 8 to 9, as long as we're all on time speaking. Our 8 to 9 is our breakfast, my apologies, and meeting new team members, training. Who in here is a new CT member? Well, welcome. Thank you so much for engaging in this work. Please feel free to reach out to anyone who's been a seasoned faculty member who's been support on curriculum teams. Again, our general session is from 9 to 10. After this session, we will be releasing you to your assigned rooms, which you should have received copies. There's by Alpha, and then there's by building, by discipline team. So please feel free to ask any questions along the way, but I wanted to share this information. Then we will have particular disciplines staying behind who have been selected for program review. Dr. Jeff Roberts will stay with you and guide you through that process. And again, please feel free to pick up your lunch, come back. We don't want this day to be a hurry up and rush just to get your lunch and then leave. We ask that you participate. This is the time for you. Dedicate that time for our students. And then we have a pleasure at 1:30 to meet our new Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Dr. Rigoberto Recones Gomez, but Dr. Recones for short, and which you'll meet here just shortly. So to begin, I want to ask our interim president of Lone Star College North Harris to come and welcome you to his campus.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you that know me, you know I can be very long-winded, but I have been asked to keep my remarks short. So I'm really glad to be here today and to have the opportunity to welcome you to North Harris and Curriculum Team Day. First, I'd like to thank you. The work that you do is many times not seen. but it is very valuable to students. Curriculum to work takes time, thoughtfulness, and collaboration. It requires faculty expertise, academic leadership, and a real understanding of what the students want, what they need now, and what they need in the future. Because of your work, our students are better prepared to transfer, enter the workforce, and complete their goals and move forward in their lives. So thank you for being the bridge. I will turn it back over to Dr. Haggerty.
Okay, so just to get started, if you have any questions during our presentation this morning, or if you just like throughout the day, please use this QR code and we will be filtering questions live all day. And we're happy to support you in any way we can. Check QR code. Okay. Okay, next up, please welcome our new Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Dr. Rigoberto Recones Gomez.
Good morning, everyone. Muy buenos días. Thank you, Dr. Haggerty. Let me help you out. Like my mom would say, Rigoberto José Rincones Gómez. Now, I knew I would be in trouble if she would say Rigoberto José, right? So, Rigo Rincones. I go by Rigo Rincones. Dr. Burns, good morning. Thank you for having us here. And to all of you, good morning. So I get the best part because what I'm going to do is to recognize people. By the way, there's plenty of seats up front. For those of you in the back, remember like when you go to the classroom and you see the students sitting on the back? So I see a big row of people sitting on the back. So we have plenty of space here, please. You may come in and sit at the front row. You will not be in trouble. I promise you. The pop quiz comes later. Anyone, please. All right. So I would like to recognize a couple of my colleagues from Cabinet, Dr. Valerie Jones, she's here, and Dr. Carlos Morales, he's also here. So I had an idea how to start my brief conversation with you today. And you know, when things happen, they happen for a reason. So yesterday, I don't know if any of you went to convocation. It was my first convocation. I have been at Lone Star College for 6 months now. And so yesterday was my first convocation. And while chatting with Dr. Javaher, right? We were chatting outside in front of the coffee. And then there is this lady who's looking at me. And she's getting close to us. And at some point, she's staring at me. She's like locked in. And I was like, I don't know who she is. And then at some point, right, then I say, hi, I guess we know each other. And then she says, I know you, and you know me, but you might not remember me. And I was like, ay caramba, it wasn't me, I wasn't there. And then she says, I was your professor when you took Physics 1 lab during your bachelor's in my home country. Exactly. And she works at Lone Star College. And yeah. Her name is Yolanda Guimerans, and she's at Kingwood. And I could not believe it. I was in disbelief. And then I kept looking at her face. And I say, I see, you know, your face is coming back. And then she starts saying, yes. And this is what I remember. You told me that you wanted to be a faculty. When you graduated, you wanted to be a faculty. And then I say, did I say that? And say, yes. So, and I say, well, guess what? So I did, that was my first full-time job, by the way. It was to become a faculty. So I taught at the developmental level, and then from there, undergraduate, and from there, doctoral level here in Michigan. 5 degrees later, a few months later, and I taught research methodology. And then she went to say something about food. And she said, I remember we had this conversation about you being hungry and wanting to eat a whole chicken. She said this out of the blue. It's like, oh, well, yeah, back then I guess I would have eaten a whole chicken. I was an athlete. I was, burning calories every day. I was swimming every night for 2 hours. So it was just fascinating. So I promised that I will visit with her and just, go back. And it's just amazing. So this is many moons ago, by the way, when I took that class with her. But that tells you, I've been in the classroom. I have taught for 25 years. So I've been there, done that, and I appreciate each and every one of you, everything that you do. And being here today, I would like to say thank you. And as I said before, it's just to recognize. So I'm going to read a few names very quickly. And I will ask you to please hold the applause. At the end, I'm going to say, please, let's give them a good round of applause. And this event, what you are going to enjoy today, takes a lot of time and planning. So I'm just going to quickly read all their names, and then I'm going to say, let's please give them a good round of applause. Okay. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your last names or your first names. All right, so here we go. Brittany Hall, Beanie Hood, and Christy Wright from Special Events, Russell Taylor, OTS, Apolinar Chuka, Graphics and Publication, Christine Montag, Bachelor Programs, Emilio Baena, Business Operation, Priscilla Martin, Curriculum Management, Anthea Diaz, Curriculum Management, Anna Woodley, Curriculum Management, Student Volunteers from Honors College, and Miss Amy Ramirez. Let's please give them a round of applause. Thank you. And there are a lot of volunteers here, a lot of them. So thank you to all the volunteers who are here. And then to my fellow speakers and colleagues, Dr. Christina Haggerty, Dr. Jeff Roberts, and Ms. Deb Roberts, thank you so much in advance for what you are going to do today. So here we go. I really would like to recognize Faculty Council, the representative serving on the coordinating board, and the Texas Skills Standards recognized programs. So the first group is going to be, okay, there you are. So if I mispronounce your last name, please forgive me. And I'm going to ask you to please stand up so you can be recognized. Professor Jacqueline Davis Gilmore. Are you here? Professor Gilmore. Okay. Dr. Nina Javaher. Would you please? Thank you. And she will also be serving as the presiding officer for the executive as part of the executive representative and the faculty council. She was elected as the presiding officer. Is that the right title? Yes? Okay, excellent. That's your understanding. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Hilton Lasalle in Spanish. Are you here? LaSalle? No? Lasalle. I will read the Lasalle. Okay. Professor Luis Molina. That one I know. Luis, are you here? Professor Katie Truax, are you here? Professor Amber Williams Lara? Professor Donna Willingham, you here? Professor Sonny Shao? Yes, she's over there. Welcome. All right. Thank you for serving as an executive representative. I'm looking forward to meeting with you this Friday, our first meeting of the semester. All right. And then there is also another group of faculty council members, and they are the associate representative. Professor Brian Henry, are you here? Professor Henry? Yes? No? Okay. If you are, please stand up. Professor Ginger Frey? Yes? Thank you for being here. Professor Leslie Lapre, are you here? Professor Rash Rani Sharma, are you here? Okay. Professor Reese Bergen. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Dr. Crystal Weber? No. Professor Cassandra Wright? Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you. Dr. Keith Altavilla or Altavilla? Are you here? Yes, well, for those of you who are here, thank you. For those of you who will be representing the faculty in the capacity of Faculty Council's Associate Representative, thank you. Okay, so the coordinating board advisory committees, I would like to also say thank you to each of you. Please stand up quickly. Michael John, are you here, Michael? Michael John? Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't know the joke about that, but I'm going to find out. Dr. Shante Hewlett Adlin, are you here? Yes, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here and thank you for serving in these committees. Dr. Nina Javaher, there she is, thank you once again. Dr. Megan Mariveles, I saw you before. Dr. Mariveles, yes, please stand up. Thank you, thank you. Lou Waterhouse, are you here? Lou Waterhouse? And then Dr. Michelle Suk, I saw you before. There you are. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for serving in this capacity. Thank you for being here. And I think this is my last slide. Texas Skill Standards Recognized Program. So logistic management, Matthew Berta, James Johnson, and the Dean Facilitator, Fei Lee. Are you here? If you are, please stand up. Yes, sir, you are at the back. Thank you. And then, yes, thank you. Thank you for serving in this committee and thank you for being here. Biotechnology, Dr. Daniel Kiner and the Dean Facilitator, Michelle Hopper. Are you here? Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Dean Kiner. And then, yes, Michelle Hopper. Thank you, Michelle. And finally, the Visual Communications Graphic Design track. Keisha Cormier, Mark Gordon, Sean Setoff, and the Dean Facilitator, Kimberly Hoberg. Are you here? If so, please stand up so you are recognized. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for serving in these capacities. And thank you for the recognitions of your programs. Oh, look. So, questions? Yes. I'm being given the 3 fingers. That means 3 minutes left for me. Okay, any questions? I believe there is a barcode. Yes. Any questions that you have, please use the QR code, excuse me, no barcode, QR code, and you can scan it.
And Dr. McCones, we've had one question so far.
Yes.
It's around faculty engagement. So what is your plan to engage with faculty, particularly maybe a vision or a strategy going forward?
Absolutely, faculty engagement. Thank you for the question. So my first step is to work with the faculty council. That would be the next step because they are the body that represents faculty from across the institution, and there will be 17 of you, correct? Faculty council. So they will be the voice that not only will be working with me, but also with the chancellor. And again, being a faculty for over 25 years, and I'm working in this capacity for the 4th time now. I am all about collaboration. If you Google me and you see my publications, the book that I co-author is on collaboration specifically. So it's good to see you. And so yes, I will be working very closely, and I am a full supporter of faculty. I've been there where you are right now, and I truly appreciate what you do. So thank you. Yeah, that's my vision, to first start with the faculty council and then go from there.
I am refreshing this, but that is the only question we've gotten so far. So if you submitted one, it's still coming through.
Okay. Any last questions? One more, and then if not, then yes, there is one more coming. Yes. Yes. So the sabbatical, if I can rephrase, your statement was paused last year. So there was a committee, and the committee have provided the recommendations. And thank you, Dr. Caruso, and the rest of the committee members who work with you. And I have received the report with some recommendations, and I will be working with the faculty council about how we can move that forward. So it will continue. That's my recommendation, but we have to follow the protocols and the approval processes. But yes, it was paused. It was paused because it will allow us to be in alignment with the legislations when it comes to faculty sabbatical. So we will be, getting back on track. Again, based on my work with the council. Yes. Anything else? Any other question? Yes, sir. Is there any new Texas bill that will impact what we do in the classroom? Is that what you mean, teaching and learning? So if there a new bill that impact. Okay, that will be addressed. Yes, sir. So Dr. Haggerty will be addressed. So I'm out of time, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Right below where you sit, in some of your cases, and I'm pointing at you, there is a ribbon underneath your chair. If you are sitting in a chair with a ribbon underneath, would you please come up here? So is there a ribbon, a blue and red ribbon? Do you have, yes? And don't switch now. Don't switch chairs now. If there is a big ribbon, do you have a ribbon underneath? Under your chair. So please come this way. And I have a little token of appreciation for you. That's what that meant. So, and I love the fact that you are bringing the ribbon as a proof that you had the ribbon. What I'm going to ask each of you is to please quickly state your name and the subject that you teach. State your name, the subject that you teach, and the campus where you work on that mic. And then please grab one of the goodie bags. By the way, what is inside is amazing. I am a giver, so that's loaded. And I hope you enjoy it, to each of you. So please, name the subject that you teach and the campus where you work.
First of all, thank you very much. Jennifer Watson. I teach humanities here at North Harris.
Wonderful. Enjoy. Thank you for being here. Yes. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Chris Orta. I teach American Sign Language, and I'm at the Lone Star College Cy-Fair campus.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Heather Davis. I'm a dean at Houston North.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Radha Bula. I teach chemistry at the Cy-Fair campus.
Thank you. No one else sat on a chair with a ribbon underneath? Is that it? So we have 6 to take back? One more? I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see you.
Hi, I wasn't looking for attention this morning.
Okay.
Lucky me. I'm Mark Vogel. I teach music right here at North Harris.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the presence. And thank you for being here. This is it for me. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll be around. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I could.
Thank you, Dr. Recones, and hopefully you get to enjoy your fabulous prizes. See, I tried to coach y'all to go to the chairs. Y'all didn't listen to me. Okay, so I have some updates regarding, some Texas legislation items and just some updates in general that may impact some particular curriculum teams specifically, but then again, general. But more importantly, I always want you all to know for just understanding of sometimes why certain courses impact and align in certain degree plans the way they do. So to begin, I just want to start off with the QEP. Who in here participated in the QEP? Woohoo! Well, number one, thank you. And Dr. Jones led that effort 5 years ago. And so we are concluding the QEP work. And so I want to give you all a round of applause because you did amazing during this time. It's been a lot of hard work from all levels, from our tutors to advisors to our professors to administration. And again, thank you very much. But more importantly, I want to thank Renee Arnold. She's right over there. Chris T. Cash, because he has been running lots of data and getting that for us. And so what is next for the QEP? Well, because we have concluded the work, now we're preparing, and through Amy Ramirez's curriculum management and through Renee and Chris, we are writing an institutional report that will be shared out. But more importantly, we are getting a report. Dr. Jeff Roberts, as our SACS representative, he will be putting together that 5th year interim report, and that includes part of the QEP. So congratulations, the work is complete, and thank you for all of your hard work. Next, curriculum team handbook. Who participated in assisting the revisions of the curriculum team handbook? Yes, important. Thank you very much. So this helps, thank you very much. This helps guide our work under the supervision of also Amy Ramirez's department. But please note, this helps guide you in the work that's expected in the roles and responsibilities. It is found on our SharePoint. Please go and you will be able to find it electronically, share it out. You have been given access already, but I just wanted to point out it has been revised because many people pointed out a couple of times, hey, it's a little old. We did a lot of work. Thank you very much for, again, providing your feedback for this work. Next, core revamp. So in conversation about the state, so as we all know, 89th legislation occurred this past year. And what came out and, moving forward is the ask for Gen Ed review. There was a subgroup that was put together across the state of your higher ed reps and some administrators, and they have met. And so what is next? So they are reviewing what stays in the core, what may be removed, what is reduced. There's been a lot of progress. So what comes out in October, so in the next 2 months, they should have a report, and that report will be shared to the next legislative session and be reviewed at that time for any official TAC codes or statutes that need to be written on the updates of those revisions. So do know that it will be coming, and just from prior history, it typically, they may say, hey, here's what happens come next spring. It may go into effect in that following September, but hopefully they give us the grace and time as institutions, whatever those changes are, that we have a full academic year to accommodate all of those revisions for the next catalog. So, 2 years in the making, but I would ask that you just be prepared in the next year for changes. And that means I need to lean on all of you because it will affect our programs and our inventory and our courses and the number of credits. And we don't know exactly what that looks like, but what I can say is we will definitely need to lean on our faculty and our curriculum teams to support this work. So one of the updates. Next, our G2. Okay, class roster. So I want to thank Dr. Reedhart and the work and some of the outcomes of the QEP. So Renee's work kind of helped initiate some of this. There's a brand new tool that we have, dashboard, and I know it's small, but you'll be getting these slides. You have all faculty will have access to a dashboard report on the landing page of AIR. So if you go to lonestar.edu, you just search AIR on the landing page, you will find it says faculty only course success indicator. And what this is it's a product of our support of our AIR department, providing a tool that is predictive analysis on what of our students are at risk. What of our students need your support? So please, again, I'm going to stress this particular point. There's color indicators, green, red, orange, and what these colors indicate are they allow you to be, as in faculty, to be able to provide some access points that put you, whether they need to be some proactive advising, some bit intervention, some access. So just know it's there for purely a tool. If you want to access it, feel free. If you have any questions, please work with your deans and VPIs as they're going to be on top of this particular report. So coming soon. It's actually live, but I wanted to make sure you have some more information in an email following. Okay, so One Lone Star College. So what historical has told us to this day is Lone Star College that reports to the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board really 9 different lists of courses program inventory. So number one, thank curriculum management. That is a heavy task to provide every year to the state 8 or 9 different lists of courses. So what's at Sci-Fair gets submitted by courses and programs, what's at North Harris, and so on. But I want to be the first to say, with approval of the system and with the state, we are moving forward as in one LSC inventory. So the state is working on that probably this month. Woohoo! I just want to say, because that's a lot of work. What that means is nothing for you. There's nothing for you to do other than continue to let us know regarding new programs, new locations. We do still have to report out, right? Because we need to have students register at your local campus. So we still need to make sure we know where the courses and programs are being offered. But it's just something for your administrators and your faculty leads to understand. So when we say we have welding at Lone Star College, whether it's at North Harris or Sci-Fair or Montgomery or Tomball, it's important to students for registration, but to the state and state reporting, we have one program. So what does that mean to curriculum teams? Your work is unified. I ask that you consider that. Students see us on externally as one, being supported the same across all campuses of coursework and SLOs and program outcomes. So for something for you to ponder, because everyone's like, well, what does 8 campuses mean to me? So this means just simply reporting, but again, keep up the good work and keep up the collaboration. Next item. Okay. TSI. So who in here, English, math, some of the dual credit student population that we serve, in the prior legislative sessions, there was an understanding that high school students who were non-degree seeking did not have to meet college readiness. Well, I'm happy to announce the rulemaking committee got together and it's been rewritten as high school students who are non-degree seeking need to demonstrate college readiness. Woo, I know. So that is a lot of work in the making. And I want to thank Dr. Zook. I know she served and supported right over there some of that work to the state. And so please keep that in mind. It goes into effect, but I understand how dual credit works. We've already registered students and we will troubleshoot those questions as we come along. But if you have any specific questions, please work with your respective VPI and administrative line moving forward. Again, good news. Okay, Senate Bill 3039 came out of legislative session recently, and what this means is every higher ed institution, including universities, we have to report out our top courses that do not transfer. And we have to make it publicly known which courses they are. So if you're like, hey, am I on that list? Does my course have problems transferring? Please visit this website. Again, you'll get these slides electronically, but if you search on the Lone Star EDU website, you will find the transfer page. Not only do we have to report out our top courses that do not transfer, and I just want to give you a caveat and understanding, there's many reasons why courses don't transfer. It's not simply because I never want you to take away the message that your course is not relevant. It may be the major and the student changed. So just know there's lots of reasons why, but I want to keep that on your radar because we are having to report out that information. Second, I want to also thank Dr. Zook. She is a Lone Star College's institutional rep for transfer. So you will see her name at the state website. She speaks on behalf of Lone Star for transfer information. And so she has to serve and provide information, working with the state on what does transfer look like for us and, some hardships and some difficulties and complex conversations that occur. So please note, you can reference that website, our website, as well as the state's website for information on transfer. But, leaving you with the point, what does that mean? Your courses are important to our students. alignment, what they take to complete their associate degree as well as their bachelor degree. Look out for, your course sequence, your SLOs and PLOs, and ensure that you continue to work with our partner universities. As you know, we build degree plans and transfer articulation agreements. And so we ask your help in that work that you do to ensure all of our courses align to transfer opportunities to our students. So important work there. College prep. This is a lot of thank yous. Last fall, so fall of 25, TEA, Texas Education Agency, reached out for receiving applications for college prep courses. Along with that application required a lot of revisions of what that means to be approved. So this is in partnership with our ISDs. So I want to thank some very important faculty who contributed to this work. It was a very quick turnaround last fall. And so I want to make sure we tell them thank you. So for math, Professor Ashley Majoun, are you here? She may or may not be here, but Professor Sophia Cruz, thank you. English, Melissa Dennis. Woo. Professor Molly Lasco. So good news. TEA approved our English course. And what that means is that our ISD partners who choose to use that particular college prep course for English, they are eligible for funding. And that does mean something to our partners. But more importantly, this college curriculum has been revamped based on prior data to help ensure, enhanced success scores for our students to be college ready. Our math, no one in this state got approved for the math college prep. Now, what does that mean? It simply meant our curriculum, we had much positive feedback that our curriculum that we submitted was good. What prevented us from being approved was past student success data. So we'll need to look at our current data to improve in the next 2 years and hopefully have a successful submission as well as positive feedback, hopefully in the future for that course to be approved for funding. So just giving you that information, some of you it doesn't apply to, but in general sense, it does mean something to our partner ISDs. So again, thank you to the faculty who turned this around and our deans and facilitators and Amy's team who, again, helped facilitated that work. So, congratulations. If you're part of the new Associate of Applied Science and Early Childhood and our Bachelor's of Applied Science and Early Childhood Education and Teaching, please stand. Come on, Rebecca, where's your team and AAS's? We have launched our 5th bachelor's degree and a new AAS feeder program. So thank you very much. This has been a great accomplishment for their work. They are at 90-something students? Woo! 98 students. So again, our 5th bachelor degree comes on board. So everyone, it is kicked off at our Kingwood campus and our Creekside Montgomery campus. So again, congratulations. Sci-Fair will be coming on next. So there is a great opportunity for our teachers in providing that we're contributing to the state shortage and we're producing some fantastic teachers. So I look forward to watching that data. Next, Library Technical Services. I want to thank our Executive Council of Librarians who put together this particular proposal. And I want to share in some great work, and their great work led to students will have a $2.50 credit every semester for printing, because sometimes students only need 2 or 3 copies and there's so much work to get just their account going and what have you. So they will have a complimentary of $2.50 each semester, and it will not roll over, but they will get a new pocket of $2.50 every semester, including summer, to have printing access. So, and they can still reload money like they do now, but for any questions, please note, work with your librarian director or your librarian faculty. They can give you some additional information, but it's exciting news for our student. That little bit helps. It helps break down barriers and, complex things for students to navigate during their opening semester. So again, thank you to the librarians who advocated for that to get done. And our OTS, because they did a lot of work to get that separated out in the person change and all the technical pieces behind the scene. Next, academic affairs tile. So it's still there. I know everyone. Please note the faculty handbooks have been updated for this academic year. You have your full-time faculty handbook as well as your adjunct handbook. And thank you to all of those who worked on it. It is up and live. It should be there today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And next, international. I wanted to give an update on behalf of Dr. Caruso. Just real quick, we do have some important information that we need to share, and it's pertaining to our F1 students. Please note there's some new restrictions on admissions and changing majors. If you have questions later today, Dr. Caruso and Person, are they? Again, thank you for all their hard work. They're here to be accessible in the library at, what time are you there? 10:30 to 11:30. So if you have specific question on international, please work with them. We want to make sure we're navigating that process correctly. One thing. Thank you again. Thank you for all for being here. And I'm going to introduce, well, before I do that, questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, we have two questions that have come in. How does the TSI requirement for high school students impact early college high school and the embedded iSchool high students?
No, I mean, it's like, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, she needs a mic. I was like, wait, got her.
It's just going back to the way it was before. And so we're looking at those rules being adopted in the October board meeting, and they told us they'd give us a long runway, so implementation for fall 2027.
And then the other question we had might be not specifically for academic affairs, but in regards to the one LSC course or program inventory, does Lone Star College have a plan or process for programs that are on different campuses but might be funded differently or have different, I think what they're asking is about different budget allocations.
Well, I think that's obviously specific to campus on what you're using. However, again, curriculum, if it's, I say a course is a course is a course. If it has the same SLOs, we still need to meet those expectations and the same outcomes for the program. And again, if you're an accredited, programmatic accredited program, you still have to follow those same particular standards and guidelines. So, and again, your work today matters. So having those conversations coming together and say, what are we doing as Lone Star College, right? Not what you're doing versus what I'm doing. It's collectively, what are we doing together? Hey, Ellen.
My question goes to the college prep classes, and you said math has not been approved.
Currently.
What I'm hearing is that it's not been approved if they want to use those funds. So my question is the college prep classes that we have like in Aldine and Spring, that's North Harris, do we still honor them?
You can still offer them, right?
Not
However,
offer, honor.
yes, you can, but this pertains to the ISD requesting funding from the state. They will not be eligible to submit for their funding. Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
Thank you for the question. So math was not approved because the success rates for students are not good enough. So what the curriculum is currently or was is not doing the thing. So the curriculum that was submitted with the new application scored really well. And that's the curriculum that we're going to use moving forward because it'll take 2 years to get the to show progress with that new curriculum. So if they're offering, if we're partnering, it's with the new curriculum because they offer the curriculum this year. Next year they are they're in college. They're taking our first college level math course. We're going to see, because the curriculum is good, we're going to see that improved success rate. And at that same time, we are applying to be approved, provided that the criteria doesn't change. We're applying to be approved so that when they review the data after that, at the end of that year, so it's May, June when we find out, our success rates are going to be amazing. And they're going to say, yes, Lone Star College. That's the plan. So we need to start with the new curriculum now. We are, if anybody is getting if they're completing and earning that college prep, we're all coded by institution. If they're not using our curriculum, we're not going to get the positive effect from it, but we are going to be scored by it because they're using our code. So it's got to be our curriculum.
Yes.
I hope that helps.
Thank you, Ellen.
We've had 3 more questions. I know we're limited on time. Will continuing education students receive the $2.50 of printing money?
All Lone Star College students. Got an ID, woo! All Lone Star College students.
And I think we're out of time. There's a few more questions around TSI, but I think we're going to do our best we can to send those out and answer those so we can move on to the rest of the presentation. But I've seen them. We're going to work with curriculum management to get them out to you. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be here for additional questions. Please feel free to ask. Next, please welcome Dr. Jeff Roberts from Institutional Effectiveness.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Haggerty. I'm going to keep my remarks short to try to get us back on time. There's a couple of updates that on items that are impacting some of the curriculum teams today that are coming out of institutional effectiveness that I just wanted to give a little teaser for to give some background about. One is related to stuff that came out of the last legislative session, the 89th session, and it came out of specifically Senate Bill 37. We are in the process of conducting a general education curriculum review. This is not quite the same thing as the general education revamp that is currently underway that's being discussed by the statewide committee. This is something institution specific. The language of the bill and of the Texas Education Code specifically says that governing boards of each institution of higher education are required to conduct this comprehensive review of the institution's general education curriculum. And I'm not going to sit here and read the 4 categories for you. They're up on the slides and these will be passed out to you. But it's the things that our general education curriculum are already doing. We just have to certify that, in fact, yes, our general education curriculum are doing these things. The kicker is that the state has required all public institutions to do this, or the governing boards of them to conduct these reviews by January 1st, 2027. That means that we have to do it this fall. Institutions across the state are completing these reviews or are doing these reviews right now. Now, the good news is that the legislation did give allowance to the boards to appoint committees to help them with this process. And our board did that in February at one of the board meetings. The committee that they authorized is existing committees that look at core curriculum at Lone Star College already. So it is in part of the core assessment committee that I oversee is going to be contributing data around student learning, around the core objectives. We have an existing committee that focuses on looking at reviewing core proposals for revision or admissions to the core. We're going to be utilizing that group as well. So it's already existing groups of faculty. Today, if you are one of the curriculum teams that own a course in the core curriculum, we're just querying you to help provide some feedback about your courses. It's one of your curriculum team day items. If you have questions, I'm happy to go room to room as well. But we're basically giving you a survey. We're giving you all the data that you need to basically say, hey, these are the courses that we own. Are they doing these things? Yes? No? If no, why not? And do you think the course is where it needs to be? Yes? Fantastic. We're going to pass that information along. If you, looking at the curriculum team, are going, hey, you know what? We think that this course could be tweaked in certain ways to better address these. We want that information as well. So we can pass those recommendations on to the next group, to that next committee to review that and provide recommendations, eventually moving up through the chain that will go to the Board of Trustees, most likely at the November meeting, where they will review that, approve that, and they will submit that certification to the coordinating board prior to January 1st, 2027, that yes, our core curriculum is meeting state law. And then we're going to probably have to change the core curriculum depending on what comes out of the next legislative session. But in the meantime, we are certifying that we're doing the thing right now and in accordance with the law. So it's one of those things that we have to do, but we're here to help facilitate the process. And we appreciate the value and input of the curriculum teams that own these courses to help to review that and to affirm that our courses that we know are doing the thing. We want to hear you say that the courses are doing the thing. The other thing that's coming out of my area, and I would, in the spirit of the Chancellor's remarks yesterday, this isn't technically a new initiative. This is an initiative that we've been actually working on for about 18 months now. Last March, I was asked to organize a new process for academic program review that would be encompassing of all academic programs at Lone Star College, credit and all credit programs, transfer and workforce. We developed that from March to through the summer last year. We implemented a pilot last academic year. We're launching the first year of the 4-year rotational cycle this year with 21 programs. Why are we doing 21 programs? Well, we have approximately 100 programs at Lone Star College, and so over a 4-year cycle, which is in accordance with board policy, we're going to be doing you all. I promise it isn't going to be painful. I think it's going to be good exercise. If you're one of these curriculum teams, and this is going to be up at the end of the presentation, we are asking that you please stay in this room for a follow-up presentation by Deb Roberts and Michael Walsh on the academic program review process to get y'all kicked off. We're going to be working with you hand in hand through this year to get this done. This is about self-improvement. This is about y'all being able to reflect on yourselves. And we're here to help you. So with that, we may not have time for questions here because I do want to give time to Dr. Valerie Jones, President of LSC Sci-Fair, to give some updates on Chancellor's goals, specifically G2, if I'm correct. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, you're so good. It's almost like you're a room full of teachers. So it is my privilege to be here with you today, and I promise to keep this brief, but there is no more critical group for our retention work for students than the faculty who are working with our students every day. So first, let me start by extending perpetual gratitude for the very hard work that you do in transforming our students' lives every day. So thank you so much. So today I'm not here in representation of Lone Star College Sci-Fair at all. If you remember when the Chancellor rolled out the KPIs, each of the cabinet members is a steward of a KPI for the system. So I'm here talking with you today in the role specifically as the steward for G2, which is the one that includes retention, T2, which is fall to spring retention. And I'm sure everybody out there has memorized all of the KPIs and all of the stewards. Yes, of course. So we have it up on the board for you, but basically G2, T2 is our improvement in making sure that the students we have in the fall stay with us to the spring. Sounds good, right? And we've made a lot of progress in this area, but there's a lot of opportunities still ahead of us. So in order to tackle this work across the massive system and the complex campuses, I tasked 2 leaders of our system to join me in this work. And so Ashley Resendez is supporting our dual credit student retention that we're not going to talk as much about today. And Dr. Magdalena Mendoza-Stark, who is here today, if you would stand and be recognized. Dr. Mendoza-Stark serves as the VPSS for this fantastic campus, and she serves as the lead for what we are referring to as our adult student retention. And for this conversation, that only means they're not dual credit, right? So we have dual credit students, and we're like, yep, I know who those are. And then we have everybody else. And so that's the adult student population that we're talking about today. And so each of those 2 student groups has a different target in order to help us hit the 86% target that we have as a system. So we have different approaches to those 2 different student groups. So the one that we're not going to talk about as much today is dual credit. That is really structural work. That is really about how our dual credit programs are built in partnership with our ISDs. Whereas on the adult side, we're really looking at the work that you do in the classroom, the work our advisors are doing, the work of wraparound support. That's everything else that is the engagement and the efforts and addressing the challenges our adult students face to help them stick with college for one more semester toward completion. So over the last year, there's been a lot of work done in the adult student population to identify how do we help it improve. And if you remember, there's a different KPI on wraparound support services. There's a different KPI for fall to fall retention. So part of the challenge was really hyper focusing just on fall to spring retention work that we can do that is not going to be addressed in the efforts of these other KPIs. And so the two things that we are really hyper focusing on across Lone Star, and we are here today, and I will be meeting with the VPIs after this to talk about how the faculty and how you can conceptualize together in your teams, how do we contribute to this? So there's two main priority areas. One is maximizing year-long registration because we have it now, but we don't use it yet. And so how do we ensure that we are better informed about how year-long registration works so that we can help students understand the benefit of it and answer questions they have about, well, what does this mean? Do I need to pay for all of these classes today if I'm going to register, being an example of questions they may have. And then the second being improving utilization of early alerts for our vulnerable student populations. And the dashboard that was shared is a super exciting thing because predicting the students who are more vulnerable as early as possible is a key part of that. So those are the two areas, increasing year-round registration and improving the early alert practices that we have as Lone Star. So really briefly, in the year-long registration, as we look at how that is going to progress, it's twofold. One is a marketing approach, which is how do we help 97,000 students understand what this is? And so there's efforts that are going to take place in the marketing and social media side of the house to help get the word out to students. We're going to set a milestone that says, okay, if spring is open now, and who knows when spring registration opened? Wait, this is the gesture. Yes, back in April. And that's a really different construct to think spring has been open since April, which was last spring, but we don't have a lot of utilization of it yet. And so when we think about when we say we have been effectively using year-round registration, we're going to have to set a time where we say by this time, we're getting a snapshot of year-round registration, and everything after that is really the traditional registration. And so that may be sometime in October. So we'll have a milestone for that that'll help us see that better. And then really making sure that we have information in your hands so that you can engage in these conversations with your students during your fall semester courses. And it's not about doing the advising for them, but letting them know, hey, if you hate those 8 a.m. classes, you better get registered now for your spring classes. Sorry, that was me. I hated 8 a.m. classes. And then the other work is being led, where do we go? The other work is being led, I just blanked on your last name. Thank you, by John Maynard from Houston-North. And so Houston-North has done a tremendous job of really operationalizing the early alert practices with their faculty. And so really looking at how do we improve the technology that you all have so that it's not about you doing more, but about us better providing a system of support for you, which includes those predictive cues, but then also clarifying what is it and when is it that early alerts can be most impactful. And so that can look like 8-week courses or for 16-week courses, having roadmaps that help cue faculty during these weeks. This is what I want to look for and send in a batch report for that week. And taking those approaches. So we'll talk a lot more about these things, but I really appreciate the opportunity to share both of those pieces with you and to really double down on how important your conversations with your students are about not only their success in the class, but their success in completing the credential that helps them reach their dreams. So thank you very much. This is the map to 2030, and you'll notice we have a little bit of an uptick ahead of us planned out as we have our retention targets, but I have absolute confidence that together we'll be able to get there. So thank you very much for your work, and I look forward to talking to you more later in the year.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. We look forward to all the great work that's happening with our goal work. Okay, any questions? So we want to kind of keep us on schedule. So logistics for today. Again, posted on our website. You have your information, where to go. Please know we're here to help you. Amy's team, all in the back of the room, again, have done a great job organizing this event. We also want to thank, yes, I agree. Amy, good job. Food, please eat your food. Take some coffee to your rooms. Again, ask questions through the QR code and come back for lunch. That will be right over here in the next building. So again, take your time and we look forward to serving you.